This visual represents a mechanical truth. Modern enterprise treats digital advertising as a frictionless system. The reality is an opaque supply chain bleeding physical energy. Every server ping consumes electricity. Corporate digital operations quietly generate a massive, unmanaged category of Scope 3 carbon emissions. The programmatic advertising ecosystem thrives on obscurity. Its architecture intentionally hides structural waste from the exact buyers funding it. Digital waste represents a severe industrial hazard. It exacts heavy financial penalties and severe physical consequences on corporate infrastructure. In 2023, the Association of National Advertisers audited this ecosystem. They analyzed $123 million in ad spend across 35 billion impressions. This dashboard isolates their primary empirical finding. Advertisers lose $20 billion to the programmatic ether. Operators must apply deterministic industrial engineering principles to this digital supply path. This mechanical approach recovers lost capital and eliminates excess carbon output. We must dismantle the supply chain, hop by hop. This isolates the exact nodes bleeding money and energy. Corporate sustainability and marketing efficiency share the exact same mechanical bottleneck. Fixing one solves the other. This Sankey diagram tracks a $100 programmatic media investment entering the open market. $29 drops off immediately, absorbed by intermediary transaction mechanics. Another $35 disappears into poor quality inventory and fraud. The surviving $36 represents true ad spend, reaching brand-safe, measurable working media. Nearly 2/3 of all deployed capital never generates business value. Accepting a 36% efficiency rate without deterministic talking constitutes a catastrophic failure of corporate governance. We map the 29% transaction loss. Demand-side platforms take 8%, data fees extract 6%, and additional costs absorb another 2%. Supply-side platform fees consume the final 13% chunk of the transaction tax. Look at this structural map. The average programmatic campaign utilizes 13 supply-side platforms. Some configurations scale up to 58 overlapping intermediary nodes. Brands use multiple ad tech resellers, actively bypassing direct publishers and forcing highly redundant bid paths. These paths multiply server calls exponentially across the internet backbone. Complexity hides margin. Intermediaries convolute the bid path to extract fractional taxes at every unmonitored hop. Auditing the 35% quality loss reveals non-measurable impressions account for 15%, non-viewable take 9.5%, and invalid bot traffic takes 0.5%. The final 10% vanishes into made-for-advertising inventory. These domains operate purely as arbitrage engines built on clickbait. MFA sites rely on aggressive mechanical extraction, forcing the constant, relentless auto-refreshing of ad slots hidden entirely off-screen. This chart compares the carbon output of standard publishers versus MFA domains. That exact page reload mechanic forces MFA sites to emit 26% more carbon dioxide. Cheap CPM inventory correlates directly to heavy ESG liabilities. Log-level data serves as the raw, unedited ledger of every digital action and bid in a campaign. The ANA study exposed severe data asymmetry. Out of 67 participating advertisers, only 21 could access their own log-level data. Ingesting log-level data allows operators to deterministically map exactly how a media investment travels. It completely strips away open market obscurity. Whoever controls the log-level data controls the supply path. Relinquishing this access to vendors guarantees continued financial and environmental bleed. Professionals frequently assume optimizing for the lowest cost per mil and maximum domain reach equals better marketing returns. The average campaign scatters across 44,000 domains. This unmanageable scale guarantees exposure to fraud and MFA arbitrage. This table contrasts perceived cost against the true KPI framework. A true impression strictly requires matching DSP and ad verification data to confirm a human, brand-safe view. Cheap inventory operates as an illusion. Factoring in the zero value of unviewable ads and the heavy cost of carbon emissions makes low CPMs the most expensive assets a brand can buy. This intake valve models the exact mechanism of a green supply path audit. It physically filters out digital waste. Step 1 forces supply chain transparency. Operators must require DSP and SSP contracts to provide direct log-level data access. Step 2 consolidates intermediaries. Buyers must reduce their supply-side platforms from the average 13 down to an optimized 5 to 7 partners with direct inventory access. Step 3 abandons massive open market exclusion lists. Operators must shift entirely to a highly curated inclusion list of 75 to 100 trusted sellers. Step 4 formalizes ESG reporting. The operator captures the carbon delta. This quantifies the exact tonnage of Scope 3 emissions eliminated by stripping out MFA domains. Technology must reduce risk. Abstracting risk constitutes an engineering failure. Forcing deterministic accountability onto digital infrastructure allows operators to capture the ultimate control point and restore efficiency to the system.